It has been far too frickin' long since I streamed. This is ridiculous. Wait a minute, didn't I technically just stream a couple days ago? Oh well. I haven't been doing it consistently enough, so... should definitely hop in for that. I think part of the reason is just... the boys have not been interested in Fortnite recently. Neither Ryan nor Randy actually have Fortnite updated right now. They haven't updated it at all since the launch of the Greek Gods events, so... yeah. Okay, I think I'll just... Yo, what's up, Gasapina? Welcome, welcome. Not much playing Fallout New Vegas because I have a problem. I feel that. It's been a while since I played any of the Fallout games, though. I always have a desire to go back to Fallout, and then anytime I play Fallout, I remember how much of a nightmare all Bethesda games are to get into. Put 31 hours in the last 2 weeks. I get that shit. I don't keep track of how many hours I put into something over, like, the course of a week. Because if I did, I think I would go insane. And be like, oh, that's not good. That's probably not even helping. But, you know. I only keep track because Steam directly tells me. It's hard for me to keep track on, like, games I've played, like, a ton. It's like, I have no idea how much I've played, like, Dead by Daylight in the past little bit. Not much, honestly, because the most recent update has kind of broken a lot of things. But, like, because I had, like, 900 hours in it, it's like, I'm not going to notice the difference between 999 hours and 989 hours, you know? Makes sense. And also, the Steam numbers are sometimes unreliable. Like, I have, like, because I record shit, it's like, I know how long, like, I have spent in Sword Art Lost Song, and I noticed that it, like, just did not count several hours, apparently. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. I have played the game outside of just recording it. Why does the amount of time on Steam not match the amount I have recorded? I can't blame Steam for not being perfect with that, though, because Steam isn't even perfect at doing the thing that it's supposed to do, which is video games. Like, as much as I'm not a fan of, like, a variety of different game platforms, like, I know that Steam is the best overall. A lot of the time, it just, like... yeah. Not perfect at doing video games, yet still somehow the best. Yeah, that's just what happens, when, you know... if you happen to have, like, a couple decade head start, that's just what happens. Also, I turned up my mic volume a little bit because because recording, I realized that my volume was a little bit low today, so hopefully it sounds a bit better in the mix now. I think that the main reason that Steam, like, you can overlook a lot of Steam's issues just because, like, it doesn't run like trash as a launcher. Like, I've made this comment before. The Battle.net launcher for Overwatch, literally, like, the fucking Blizzard launcher is more performance demanding than Overwatch itself. I also just like it because it doesn't look like the Epic Games launcher. That's also fair. Epic does not have the prettiest launcher in the world. Or the most well-designed. I'm not a big fan of Steam's, like, aesthetic and how it operates a lot of the time, and I think there should be way better ways of, like, organizing shit, but, you know. That's just because, like, I don't understand why I can't just, like, group things and just click and drag, and why everything has to be under 12 sub-menus. But hey, at least I've got good things to say about pretty much every platform as well. It's like, Epic has given me so many free frickin' games that I am, like, super happy to have. Steam is just, like, one of the most reliable online retailers, just for, like, just for being able to get, like, pretty much anything. Like, within a couple weeks, most things are going to be a whole lot cheaper. And then GOG, in spite of all its problems, also... It also has a bunch of free stuff every now and again. I do have to worry a little bit about Steam, just because if and when Gabe Newell dies, we have no fucking idea what happens to the company, because it is genuinely owned majority by him and not by Valve, which means that the company itself has to, like, go through a whole bunch of, like, legal, like, just legal fuckery, for lack of a better word. Inheritance law in the United States, or I believe it's the United States, wherever Valve is actually based. I've done research into this previously. Even if he has a successor picked out, like, the company, like, the actual, like, government overhead in the process of that succession is, not good. It can be quite bad, and it could lead to the actual service being shut down for an extended period of time. Like, of course, you gotta be hopeful, but at the same time, you gotta... You gotta hope that they've actually thought this shit through. Yeah. You would hope it's all thought through, but then again, who knows? I mean, given that it is, like, the largest online, like, video game marketplace, you would fucking hope they had some clue of what they're doing, but... we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. With video game companies, you never know what the fuck to expect on what's planned and what's not. Oh god, that's an AI. Oh well. What am I up to tomorrow? What day is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Sunday. I'm not up to anything, Randy. What's up? What's the issue? What's the movement? What's happening? There we are. Just be down to hang if you want, on call or in person. It depends how I'm feeling, unfortunately. I've had just a weird frickin' stomach thing going on for the past 2 days, so... I'll let you know. Call would probably be better for that, I will say. Did you see it? Nintendo once again can't share toys and demanded the removal of 20 years worth of Nintendo-related Gmod add-ons on the workshop? Yeah, and that's weird to me. Cause, like, it has literally been 20 frickin' years. And it's only now that they've, like, done anything with it. And it's beyond the point where, like, technically, Gmod is supposed to have a successor. It's just not as popular as the original. It's like how Payday 2 is more popular than Payday 3. But, like, it's odd to me that they're doing that. My only, like, assumption that it could possibly be is that there's some actual frickin', like, they discovered some asset on Steam's, like, thing that was actually, like, stolen and leaked information, so they kind of were forced into it. Because I don't know why they would do it otherwise, because that is, like, it's just a very odd circumstance. Because, like, that's not something they would focus on. Like, believe it or not, even though Nintendo is famously bad with this sort of stuff, they've never done these things for, like, no reason. Like, they took down the Metroid 2 fan remake, like, and because specifically it was going to interfere with the launch of their own remake of Metroid 2. And they, like, pretty much every Pokemon takedown is not the the result of Nintendo. That's from the Pokemon Company, which is completely different oversight for the legal departments. And yeah, it's weird. Like, Gary did confirm that that is the case, but it's just like... It's just odd. Like, I don't fully get it. Like, it's why, like, I have to assume, like, there's something else going on there, because, like, it's fucking bizarre, frankly. I would not doubt that, like, some stuff that was revealed in Mario Sandbox coming. Fully possible, you never know. I think what it is most likely is that something that was leaked in with the Nintendo Giga leak back, what is it, 2 years ago now? I have a feeling that something from that found its way onto the workshop, and because that was 100% the, like, stolen asset from Nintendo, they had to take action on that. Like, that's my only... That's the only thing I could realistically, like, assume there. Now I have to slash and burn the entire thing. Unfortunately, that is the, that is the corporate way. You can't tackle one thing and not the rest. It's a thing with how legal proceedings for copyright is done. If you go after one thing for copyright infringement, you have to go after everything. Because otherwise, in the case of, like, actual copyright infringement, like, you know, people making, like, fake games that, like, end up getting released on, like, the eShop or on PC or whatever, it's like they will have a harder time taking those down. So they, unfortunately, it's a scorched earth policy. Kinda sucks it's like that. Yep. It does. I forget, there was some translated article that came out that was, I believe it was whoever, like, the creative lead at the Pokemon Company was, at the time, and they're like, as developers, we absolutely frickin' love and adore all of the fan projects and fan works that exist out there. And, like, we would be more than happy to, like, hire people on. And we would love for people to be able to play these and, like, experience them for themselves. However, it's not up to us. It's down to the legal system. And we do not have control over that. You know what? Oh, that's better. I'm glad I went back for that. The hell? Why did I lose, like, half of my ammo? Okay. It's like copyright takedowns, if you've ever realized, they come in like waves, because what ends up happening is like the copyright holder tends to find one thing that is a genuine threat to their business in the legal department's eyes, and then they have to go full scorched earth, just, like, destroy everything in their path. It might be exactly what you said, because it only targets the Gmod workshop. With Nintendo being Nintendo, it would make more sense to target the entire platform. Yep. And believe me, there's plenty of Nintendo-based mods for, like, Skyrim and Fallout and, like, all of this stuff. There is official Nintendo Pro Controller and Joy-Con support on Steam. Like, these are things. Like, it just so happens that I think it genuinely is. There was something leaked onto the workshop, because you could probably hide, like, the frickin' nuclear codes in the Gmod workshop and you would never fucking find them. And Nintendo finds out, it's like, oh shit, our internal data that was not supposed to be leaked is in this fucking repository. Nuke it. That has to be it. Yeah, and here's the thing, it's better now that it's on Steam. Originally, it was outside of Steam, because, you know, Gary's Mod itself used to be a mod, and it used to just be a website that anyone could upload whatever the fuck they wanted to onto. And let me tell you, if you were someone who, like, it pretty much, like, it's stated, like, yeah, if you played Gary's Mod in the times before that, there's like 95% chance that, like, that computer was just infested with malware now. Like, that was a thing. People would hide malware and shit inside of Gary's Mod mods. Because people are dicks. Luckily, by the time I got into it, that was not a thing. They still do that, but when it happens... Yeah, it's way more rare now, and typically Valve is a bit more heavy-handed on that, so that shit doesn't happen anymore. It's the right thing to do, frankly. But of course, they can't check everything. That would be pretty much impossible. It's been so long since I played Gary's Mod. I think I played it a bit with Evan, James, and Emily, like a year or two back now. We did a bit of Trouble in Terrorist Town. That was fun. I should eventually go back and ask if they want to do more of that. I think it's funny, because for years and years, I entirely forgot that the Gmod UI was the same as Half-Life 2's, because pretty much the entire fucking time I've been using Gmod, I have had one add-on, which was it's designed to replicate the UI of Sword Art Online, and I've had that for fucking forever. Like, that, and I just entirely forgot, and it wasn't until, like, I got back into Sword Art that I realized, oh shit, hold on. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I've also replaced all of the blood with rainbows. That is... I don't know why I did that. I just did. The thing that... The thing that sucks for me is with Gary's mod is I have so many frickin' like, things added on that every time I frickin' use it, it's... every time I use it, it takes like 12 minutes at least to load. %of mine are ragdolls I never use. Yup. Because when I was a kid playing Gmod, when I was like 10 or 11, it was so funny to get all of these characters that you know and love and bring them into this game and then blow yourself up with a rocket launcher. And that's just what you did for fun. Oh my gosh, is there a Gordon Ramsay ragdoll? Because there is actually a fucking Gordon Ramsay video game now that I think about it. There is a Hell's Kitchen video game, and it's probably imported directly from that. I think it's a player model too. Yeah, most of the time, if there's a ragdoll, there's also a player model. Even if it shouldn't, like, actually work. Like, I know that, like, there's a whole bunch of, like, Evolution player models. Because I used to use those occasionally back in the day. Of course, there was also, like, the My Little Pony ones and stuff. Danny DeVito PNG player model. I know that... Oh, you know what it probably was now that I think about it? The Super Mario 64 source code leak, which was in that Giga leak. People would port that into their own games as, like, mods, where you could play as Mario with the Mario 64 controls in different games. And that is a thing in Gmod, now that I think about it. That may have done it. Because that is... Oof. Okay, that's probably what it was, now that I think about it. Well, regardless, people are still uploading the Nintendo stuff. It's just like... It's going to end up just being like Pokemon ROM hacks, where it's just fucking whack-a-mole. Where it's just like... It's like a Hydra. You cut off one head and 9 grow back. Gotta love decisions made by not to like help anything, but simply just because corporate shit sucks. It ends up going into what I've stated before, that it sucks that copyright law and, what's it called? Copyright law and public domain stuff is so stringent because everything should have the glory of having, everything should have the glory of having frickin' Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure just show up. And you can still have Dio in Gary's mod, luckily. For a while I used a Diego Brando, Scary Monsters, outfit. Why is there the Fighting Polygon team from Super Smash Bros. Melee in this game? I didn't know that was a thing. Nintendo's gonna have to go after that as well. the YFT. You can back up that stuff, you know that, right? You can just, like, go to your add-ons folder and just, like, take all of that stuff and back it up. In fact, I would recommend you do that. My favorite thing is launching Gmod for, like, the first time in several years, and then I just get, like, bombarded with messages that are like, hey, this add-on hasn't worked since 2011, do you want to uninstall it? And my answer is always no, because what if it does? You're telling me to play Gary's mod without shit that is undoubtedly fucking broken and does not work. That's, like, against the entire point of it, I would say. It is not Gary's mod without at least one this add-on is causing errors message. If you don't open up the fucking dev console in Gary's mod, and it is consistently, even after pausing, showing up with countless errors, you are not playing Gary's mod. If you don't summon in an entity and have it be just like 12 fucking error blocks on top of each other, it's not Gary's mod. Gary's mod has to be broken to be right. I was literally thinking about Gary's mod earlier before all this stuff happened too, which was funny. I was like, I should like do something with that, and then I was like, no, I don't think I will. So I didn't. Gary's mod is one of those things that, as I've gotten older, it's more fun to play with friends, and getting all of us to have the same add-ons, the same stuff. It's just a nightmare. Because I had to... Evan has, like, a server pack, like, for everyone in his Discord server, of, like, all the add-ons that we use when we play together. And one time when I was loading in, I was complaining about how long it takes. And Evan was like, why don't you uninstall all of the add-ons that we aren't currently using? And I told him I would rather die. It is not the correct Garry's Mod experience if you do not spend half of your time with Garry's Mod, literally frickin' dealing with loading. That is 90% of the Garry's Mod experience. I still can't get through there. Ever since I got a new laptop, mine actually loads pretty quickly. I think my frickin', what's it called? My add-on list is in the thousands, so... yeah. I'm super concerned. I really hope the one thing that I want more than anything is that frickin' Sword Art Online thing to... Okay, the HUD is 100% still there. Oh, shit. Yep, there's a whole bunch of it, actually. And there's even re-uploads, which is nice. God, that frickin' Wario pill that you keep talking about, every time it reminds me of those terrible, like, clickbait YouTube videos of, like, we took the Fortnite drug at 3 in the morning, and this is what happened. Except for the fact that the Wario DMT was in fact real. Stupid, that's why I love it. You see, that's what I miss about the old internet from before AI. Because for a while, you had to, like, when you saw something on the internet that was, like, too stupid to be believed, you were like, I need to know if this is photoshopped or not. And then you find out, oh shit, it's not photoshopped, it's just things are actually just stupid in this world. And now AI makes it so that, like, everything that you think could be interesting, it's like, oh, nope, not real. You just instantly just assume that it's not real anyway. See, Nintendo hasn't taken down the Wario DMT pills from the market yet, because they're not planning on making those themselves. Seeing a photoshopped image is still 10 times better. Yeah, for sure. But now there's no whimsy of being like, holy shit, that's like a dog grilling steaks, that's pretty neat. And now you're just like, that can't be real. Even if before it wasn't real, now you're convinced it isn't. Just by it existing, you know it's not real. It exists, therefore it don't. That fucking Ghost Rider? They took down the add-on that was the Wiimote that shot lasers? That sucks. That's like getting rid of the iPhone 4 that shoots lasers. That's evil. That's actually awful. I used to use that all the time. What a shame. What a shame. Still got the backup? Hell yeah. There's gonna be some frickin' crazy person who has downloaded, like, every single workshop edition to Gary's Mod since it was released, right? Like, there's no way that there isn't a guy who's just like, don't worry, I have the archive. Yeah, this is the digital burning of the Library of Alexandria. Archive the Bomb on Battlefield Map 2. I've seen that people have already re-uploaded the Mario Kart track, which is one of the most important maps in this entire fucking game. You know that you can just download the CS source files, right? You don't even need to own it. Back in the day when I was a broke kid, I literally just, like... I genuinely just, like, looked up CS source files, and they were like, don't worry, I got you. Yeah. Also, I think you probably have CS Source because it's in the Valve Complete pack. So you probably just have it now. Waterbending is the dumbest sniper rifle that they've ever added into this game. Some godforsaken reason did not buy the Valve Complete pack. It's like $3 on sale. I have literally every fast food order I've had in like the past like 5 years has costed more than any money I've ever spent on a Valve game. And it gets even cheaper the more stuff you already own. But don't worry, I getcha. Entirely. Might just refuse to buy it for the bit at this point. The only way to get Half-Life Source is to buy the Valve Complete pack. They don't sell it on its own anymore. Oh yeah, also if you have Black Mesa installed, uninstall it. My antivirus has literally detected malware in frickin' what's it called? In that frickin' game, like, 12 times now, and I'm tired of it, so I've just, like, completely uninstall it. Yeah, don't buy Black Mesa. It's an unoptimized mess, and this last update it was setting off my antivirus, and it was like, there is a fucking Trojan virus in this game, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this shit. I've given this game enough chances. A Half-Life patch because I'm waiting for Half-Life Source. Oh, okay. Plus, there's probably keys on eBay. It's like, you can't buy Mortal Kombat 9 on on Steam anymore, but I have it because I bought a frickin' key off of eBay. They should just give it to you with the original. Yeah, they should. However, I am not in charge of that. I think it's because they don't want to acknowledge the fact that Half-Life Source exists. Technically, but it's just hidden, so you have to specifically search for it. Interesting. Technically considered a bundle now for some reason. I feel like Steam occasionally changes things on the back end and just fucks things up in ways that we never notice. Like, I feel like that's the real answer to most of these things. Technically a bundle because it comes with deathmatch sorts, but still. I guess that is true. People do play Half-Life Deathmatch. Don't you? Wasn't that a thing you were into for quite a while? Occasionally now, but I play the original deathmatch. The original deathmatch, also known as murder. Not to be confused with, Thank you, Gesapina. I appreciate. That was fast, like... I was literally opening my mouth to tell you to shoot to kill. That was impressive. Boom lasted a few months, now all the lobbies are from the that's interesting. anything. Shame, because it was genuinely fun to play for a bit. You could hop on any amount of time, get some kills, and leave. Yeah, that does sound like it. It sucks that it went away then. Part of me wants to play some frickin' Team Fortress 2 now. Maybe I will. Hopefully I can get the one kill I need to finish this quest. And then we'll see if I can find any TF2 servers that aren't entirely bots. Oh, that's a shame. It sucks that those servers are pretty much gone now. There appears to be... I think it might be like an NPC or something stuck down there permanently shooting at nothing. Oh well. Two of those is actually probably better, yeah. Oh. Well, hopefully it gets another boom again, so you can go back to enjoying it. Oh, they're right there. Nice. You're bad at aiming. Top 3, let's go. I feel like Half-Life Detriment would be fun to get a few friends together. For sure. Maybe I could join you with that sometime. That is exactly how I would describe Blue Shift. Chronically alright. Wow, 2 within like 5 minutes. That's crazy. Where is this person? Oh yeah, for sure. That also, I freaking hated those hunters. They were the worst. The hell is this person? And we won. Hell yeah. Okay. I will be back. I need to head out for a sec, but I will be back. Okay, I am back. Without the hunters, I feel like the Magnuson device segment would have been more fun. I did enjoy it overall, though. Didn't have to redo it too many times. That segment was just, like, annoying when I did it, I'll admit. I got to a point where I was just, like... I didn't want to, like, think about it. I was just like, eh. It felt like I had genuinely been, like, doing that whole thing for, like, hours. Like, it was not fun. Did have the patience to beat the entirety of Half-Life 2 a second time, this time on hard mode. I've beaten it a couple times now. I've beaten it on the original Xbox, the 360, and on PC. And on PC twice, so yeah. Surprisingly didn't have to do the Strider Battle segment more than 20 times. I hate the Striders. I really do not like the Striders. Felt significantly easier than it did on normal mode. That doesn't surprise me. Once you know what you're doing with it, it does get easier, but, like, God. Some issues still certainly exist with those games. BRB mode. I know. I'm actually, I have to swap some stuff over since I'm going to see if I can get... I'm going to swap over to... TF2. Yeah, no worries, no worries. You're not missing anything. I was just getting some freaking Gmod things. Alright. And now I need to swap. I guess I'll keep the title the same. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Valve really likes to... Yeah. The ending of Half-Life games are always bad. I don't know how they manage it. Really? Are we really not working? Okay, hold on. Grav gun segment is really fun, though. Yep. Come on, game. There we are. Alright. Let's see. Do you think the first match we will instantaneously get put in with a whole bunch of bots? My assumption is yes. Yeah. Oh, we're going to Brazil, apparently. Look out. If it's a King of the Hill map, there's a 99% chance it's going to be bots. And if that's the case, I'll just have to... I will just have to see if I can find a community server. Alright. I'm not seeing any sniper... Oh, no. I see a sniper, which is never a good sign. Don't know how to ramp up difficulty well. To let you know, how difficulty works in the Half-Life games, towards the end of Zen, they just give you infinite ammo for the glue-on gun and the Tau cannon, which I feel like is pretty telling of that segment.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Oh, I missed. Damn. Half-Life 2's final segment is actually pretty easy. It's the parts that come before it that are difficult. Yes. Before they do the frickin' dumb shit with, and by dumb shit I mean the actual fun part of just giving you an insane gravity gun, it kinda sucks. But when you do get the fun part, then it's awesome.
You failed.
guarantee that one segment is where Gary's mod was born. Probably. That or the moment where you meet Dog, most likely.
Control point enabled. Alert. The control point is being contested.
I don't know why. For some reason, this is lagging the fuck out for me today.
We have lost control point.
That went pretty well, all things considered. Why? What is up with my connection?
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Damn, unlucky. Yes, I do know about the Half-Life arcade cabinet. They use a lot of the cut content in that as well, from some of the enemies.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Such a strange idea. Yeah, but one of the most popular games of all time, and if it makes money, it makes money.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Just imagining them inexplicably having that at the Chuck E. Cheese in Half-Life VR AI. That's probably canon.
Mission ends. We have captured the control point.
It was pointed out to me recently, the series gets infinitely more funny when you remember that it is canonically still Wayne playing that role. It just so happens that the entire time he's just, like, playing along. I love the Phlogistinator. That was awesome. I just got 11 kills doing that. The Flog is such a stupid weapon, but it's so good. It removes any skill from Pyro, which is the best part about it. I just turn off my brain. That version of Half-Life VR is just a version of SAO. I mean, not really. He could log out at any point. That was like, every time there was a break, canonically that was just like, the end of an episode is just Wayne taking off the VR helmet. True, but it would be funny. Yeah. I would rather be stuck in Sword Art Online than I would Half-Life. I'm thinking about it right now. Half-Life is infinitely worse of a game to be stuck in. Like, Brutal Honesty, like, I could live with being in SAO. I could deal with Aincrad. I would not be able to do, I could not live in Half-Life. I would kill myself in Half-Life instantly. In Sword Art Online, I'd at least fucking try. What the fuck was that? Okay, I'm going to ignore that noise. I still don't know why the game is stuttering. I've streamed this before. This is one of the first things I streamed, actually. Oh damn, I forgot what color I was.
The control point is being contested.
I think about Half-Life there's like 3 people who can actually survive, and that is quite literally because they have a form of divine intervention. Yeah, that's true. I think it's fucking crazy that the official stats for the SAO game, like the survivors, it was 6,000 survived of the original 10,000, and that most of the deaths were like suicide. They did not balance the game properly, apparently. Like that is like way better odds than you would think. That's a 6-4. That's a 3-2 right there. That's good odds. That's a little bit under 2/3 survival rate. Like that's pretty crazy. Basically, you just have to attempt to survive. Literally, to be fair, a lot of the survivors were in the, like, starting areas. That was, like, part of the thing is, like, a lot of people didn't leave. And that's because a lot of the people who played the game were not... Because it's just like a real frickin' video game where there's an age restriction. It's for people who are... I believe for SAO, it was people who were 13 and up. And the first floor essentially just became like a fucking orphanage for all of like for all the people who were literally like they were like, I am like 10, I cannot go and fight gods. That is not what I signed up for. Yeah. My favorite thing lore-wise about Sword Art Online, there's a lot of good stuff, like, and I'm talking like Sword Art the game, not the series. You could have just kicked back, had a pint, and waited for it to all blow over. 2 years. It was 2 years, and that is what a lot of people ended up pretty much doing during that time. And my favorite thing is that for some reason, it's because like there were devs still committed to it for whatever reason. They would, or I guess it was put in, like, planned in advance. Like, there were consistent content updates for Sword Art Online. Like, there were Christmas events. Like, 9 months in, they added in, like, as they are referred to in the series as, erotica. 9 months in, that got added. It's just so fucking funny to think about. Imagine, like, being trapped in a video game that is immediately pulled from the market, basically kills the entire industry that it's, like, part of. And then there's consistent content updates. It's just so fucking funny to me. Like, as a concept, it's so stupid, but I love that. They put more into the launch of frickin' Sword Art Online and, like, the support after than they did for, like, frickin' Splatoon and ARMS. Hunger Games-esque picture beamed into the sky with patch notes. That's basically what happens. Damn. I literally saw the projectile. CEO of Microsoft, John X. Sometimes people's names in this game can be good. God. I am absolutely not gonna pop off with the sniper today, I can already tell. Just kidding. Just kidding! I'm not going to pop off with the sniper. Instantly gets 2 headshots back to back. I'm so fucking good at video games. Sometimes they aren't slurs, yeah. That's what you gotta prepare for in this game.
Mission ends in 30 seconds. Mission ends in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have secured the control point. Mission ends in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, right, I forgot that Medic has that mechanic. So they're able to reliably, every 3 swings, get a crit. Right.
Competition begins in 10 seconds.
Imagining a dev just sitting in an office updating their clearly evil game is funny as shit. I think most of the staff that made SAO were imprisoned, other than Kayaba, who was in the game. I think the content updates had to have been done, like, they had to have been planned in advance. It does make significantly more sense, but it would be funny if the Japanese government forced everyone to be like, no, listen. If you can... Actually, I think they would have had to have made it so that, like... Like, if... I have to assume that it had to have been primarily... Oh, shit. You know what it probably was? It was probably because Kayaba did most of it himself, because if there were still devs that were, like, known, they wouldn't be in jail, they would be forced to, like, find a way to get people out. So more likely, it was, like, a genuine, what's it called, it was like either people were trapped in SAO, or, yeah, because I believe the beta test for SAO, I think Kirito and Argo were like, yeah, we did that for 6 months. There's a good reason to assume that actually, it was probably a very small team making it, mainly Kayaba, and it's basically held together by the beta testers. My favorite thing is just, like, canonically, like, if you only watch the anime, you do not consume any other, like, SAO stuff, you straight up just never meet Kirito's best friend from before SAO. Well, I guess before Murder SAO, Beta SAO. Tempting me to tackle this mostly mediocre beast, even though I shouldn't be considering that I'm watching about 6 other anime. You gotta remember, it, for better and for worse, it is a shonen anime made in 2012. Originally, it was a web novel in 2002. It has problems relating to that, and it's far from perfect. And you have to be a special type of autistic to fully appreciate it. So, like, don't feel pressured to watch it. Like, I think I know a couple people in real life who have watched at least parts of it, and I only know of one person who, like, actively watched it. And I don't even know them that well. They're my one friend's girlfriend. And that's actually, talking to them for a little bit is why I had the series on my mind prior to making the SAO videos. And you know exactly what you're getting into? Yeah. If you're able to cope with Persona, you'll be fine. That is what I told my friend, because my one friend who had only watched, like, SAO 1, nothing beyond that. I don't even know if he watched, like, Fairy Dance or anything, or if it was just Aincrad. He was like, hey, I bought one of the SAO games for the Switch on sale. Is it any good? And my honest answer was, you play Persona. Are you strong enough? And he said, yeah, I'm good. He was like, I played Xenoblade 2. I can handle it. I was like, alright, have fun. Although that is the 4th game in the Gameverse series, and you have not watched anything beyond SAO 1, so you're gonna be confused as fuck. I will be honest, though, the series is considerably better than what the internet would lead you to believe. I will never say the YouTuber out loud, Johnny Anime Boy. I will never directly say their name or their channel, but I know they are pretty much entirely responsible for the mainstream bandwagon against the series. So I mean, like, it's fine. Like, settled on the title. Weeb nostalgia critic. Yeah, you're right. I feel like the nostalgia critic is objectively a better, like, they were better at actually making reviews than this person. Because at least the nostalgia critic just, like they made fun of something and they went on with their life. This dude essentially, like, anytime the series was ever brought up, they would just immediately, like, rail against it for no reason.
3, 2, 1. Control point enabled.
Okay. I will say overall, it holds up significantly better. All I expect to have is the prototype of every fairly standard isekai anime. The thing is, it's weird. It's like... I've had this discussion with someone who you've probably seen on my posts. Um, the series itself is not... Oh, there's bots on here. The series itself does not fall into the same, like, tropes as a lot of other isekai, where it's not a power fantasy at all. It's, like, the exact opposite. It's basically, hey, isn't this fucked up? And you're powerless about it. And it's a lot like the Hunger Games, where the original, like, it was certainly a model for, like, SAO was a model for a lot of isekai afterwards, and the Hunger Games was the standard for a lot of teen novels at the time. And it was essentially just like, because they were the ones who started, like, this phase, they got lumped in with the rest of them, where it's just like, no, even though this thing itself is in itself, like, actually quality, because they have the association and were the first ones to, like, kind of put that idea in the public consciousness, it just so happened that they ended up getting lumped together with them. That's basically what happened. SAO is far more about the characters, and the unfortunate thing about it is that if you're watching the anime and nothing but the anime, you lose out on a lot of the actual, like, because there's a lot more introspection and a lot more, like, personal moments when you read, like, the light novels or the games or anything else. The anime doesn't have inner monologue in it, so it misses out on a lot of things. And I think that's part of the reason why there's a lot of mischaracterization for the characters, because you don't always get the full insight to their brain. Of course, if you have, like, if you have the context clues, the ability to pick up on subtext, typically you can understand things. But this is anime fans we're talking about, and anime fans have a hard time dealing with the fact, like, anime fans can watch, like, it's a great example, Kill la Kill. It is outright stated in Kill la Kill that it's just like, oh yeah, the two frickin' main female characters are gay. They are lesbian with each other. And there is still, like, they say it blatantly to the camera, like, and they still don't get it. Like, a lot of fans do not have the ability to read beyond the text or look beyond it, which is a problem. And that is very much a problem when your main character in something is deliberately playing a role to take aggression away from other people. So instead of, like, realizing that that person is just being, like, selfless and trying to get all of the anger on them instead of any of their friends, they just seem like an asshole, even though the entire thing is just, I'm used to being alone, so in order to protect everyone else around me, I'm going to take all of the blame and all of the hate for myself. Anime fans can't read. They just can't. And it bothers me so frequently that it's just like... There's the post, of course. It's like, I know authors who use subtext and they're a coward. And it's just like, even with just basic text, not subtext, it's just like, they can't comprehend. I don't understand. It's just, I don't know, man. It's like people, like, instead of watching a show, they consume it. Where it's like, they are quite literally looking at it as visual and auditory stimuli instead of a story. Where it's just like... Ugh. It's not just anime fans. Yeah, that's true. It is not just anime fans. Please, God, media literacy persevere. No, no. It'll never happen. Never. People can't comprehend Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is children's first philosophy. People can't comprehend Steven Universe. Media literacy doesn't exist. As soon as something goes from being completely literal to being an analogy, people lose their fucking minds. Oof. I admit my media literacy isn't great, but I've got some floating around in my skull soup. If you have the ability to think critically about any piece of media you are consuming, if you think about it, you are doing better than most people. Like, I will be honest. Like, if you have the capability to understand what an analogy is, like, you'll be good. Genuinely a 50-50, it depends on the day. That is so much better odds than everyone else. Like, that is genuinely, like... Anime fans are fucking idiots. Like, I can't mince words. They're just dumb. Like... My head hurts thinking about this, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just like... Oh, man. If I think about how terribly mischaracterized and just like how people naturally Flanderize shit, it makes me lose my brain. Like, it's just gone. Thinking about it has drained all of my energy from my system. Favorite is when... Yeah, just because someone's the protagonist doesn't mean that they're the hero. That is such a crazy frickin' like thing that like somehow people still don't understand. Oh, and also the fact that like just because media features something, it's not promoting it and it's not saying that it's good. It's just having it there. Sometimes there is no hero. Yep. Listen. People are unable to like you see how people react to fucking Scott Pilgrim, right? Like, Scott Pilgrim is as far as people can go. Like, not even. Like, I was gonna say that's as far as they can go without going insane. And, like, saying that the main character is just, like, irredeemably evil. And it's just like, no. No, it's even... Isn't the point that they're kinda terrible? I mean, the thing with Scott Pilgrim is that he's like 22. It's like, yeah, you're young and stupid. Everyone at some point is going to be young and stupid. It's that, you know that one Tumblr post that's just like, remember when you were 15 and you thought you were irredeemably evil because you were 15? That's basically what that leads into. Also, the point is progressively becomes a better person? Yeah! It's almost like there's a thing called a character arc. It's like... Yeah, sometimes people are a bit shitty. That doesn't make them irredeemably evil as human beings. It's almost like people are shitty sometimes, and other times they're not. And it is almost like the world does not exist in shades of black and white of just good and evil. We're all some form of shitty. All of us are frickin' like, some of us make incredibly fucking stupid decisions. And you live with that. And you grow and you change. Almost like how that's how humans work. Yep. Yeah. People can't even handle, like, that frickin' Katara from Avatar occasionally does bad things. Like, what? What? Yeah. It's like, yeah, it turns out when you're young, you're going to be impulsive and stupid occasionally. That's just how things are. Once again, bring up the post. the post, the Tumblr post that's literally like, also having my parents die wouldn't help. Yeah, yeah. It's literally just like, and even in cases where people are like genuinely in the wrong sometimes, like Steven Universe is a great fucking example of that. Like, it just, Rose Quartz, people cannot fucking handle the fact that she exists, and, you know, despite everything, it's like, she is so frequently just seen as irredeemably evil, when it's just like, no, no, that's not how these things work. Media literacy, yeah. And of course, I'm not even, like, describing it, like, fully articulated as much as I normally would. But, like, God. People have no idea what the fuck the word nuance means. Alright, my brain is going to become mud, so I'm gonna head out. So, take care, and have a good rest of your day.